welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for coming back. If you're new here, my name is Stoma and here we talk about true crime, health and music. Today's video is the first health video that I've done in quite a while, which is quite fitting because I've got a 24-hour blood pressure monitor on my arm to monitor my blood pressure. Today I'm going to be talking about like Crohn's, colitis, inflammatory bowel disease, having a stoma. But alongside that, I also have a condition called POTS and I have really low blood pressure from it. So I'm on medication, and this is just to kind of measure how my blood pressure is while I'm on the medication. This is going to go off every half hour, so I'm going to try and talk around it going off, which might take a while, but it's fine, we'll manage it. So if you follow me on Instagram, you might know that last weekend, I think it was, I put up a little ask box thing on my story, just asking for some questions or topics that you'd like me to discuss in this video about, like I said, Crohn's disease, ulcerative colitis, which are collectively known as inflammatory bowel diseases, and also life with a stoma. So yeah, I'm going to go through those questions and topics and answer them best I can, really. So before I really get stuck into the questions and stuff, I just want to kind of let you know, in case you're coming into this blindly, what the diseases are, what a stoma is. I'm going to try and go over it as quickly as possible because I could sit and talk about it for hours and you'll get bored. So Crohn's disease, ulcerative colitis are known collectively, like I said, as inflammatory bowel diseases. These are conditions that affect the digestive system. Crohn's disease affects any part of your digestive system, whereas ulcerative colitis just affects the colon and sometimes the rectum as well. They're autoimmune diseases, which mean that they're caused by your immune system attacking your digestive system. So there's like a whole host of autoimmune diseases that can affect any part of your body, and they're caused because your immune system kind of gets really worked up and then attacks that specific part of the body. They can both be treated with immunosuppressant medication, which is like medication that suppresses your immune system to stop that from attacking your digestive system. They can be treated with corticosteroids or steroids, and steroids like dampen inflammation. And they can also be treated with surgery to remove bits that are particularly diseased or ulcerated or just not working properly. Some symptoms can be diet controlled, although it annoys me a little bit when I see people talking about these diseases on TV and say that they just manage it completely with the diet, because it kind of makes the diseases seem less than they are. They're both like serious conditions, and they can be life-threatening, and a life-threatening condition can't really be controlled just by eating healthily. So for me, I know what foods to avoid because I have a lot of scar tissue inside me and narrowings and stuff caused by scar tissue. So certain foods I find more difficult to digest, and it has nothing to do really with managing the disease itself. It's just managing the pain from digesting the food, if that makes sense. The diseases cause the affected part of the digestive system to become ulcerated, diseased, bleed, really sore, just not how it should be, really. So that means that it gets inflamed, can cause diarrhea, can cause bleeding within the digestive tract, weight loss, fatigue, eye problems, joint problems, skin problems, a whole host of different symptoms. You name it, I've probably had it. When surgery is performed, it can leave you with something called a stoma. This is where the end of the intestine is brought through the abdominal wall, so it comes out of your tummy and then it's stitched into place. Now, people ask me all the time, what does a stoma look like, or they say they've seen a stoma and they weren't expecting that. So what I'm going to do a quick Google search of an image of a stoma, and I'm going to put it up for you in 3, 2, 1. So this is what a stoma looks like. This isn't mine, obviously, and yeah, it's literally the end of the intestine. It's brought through the abdominal wall, like I said, stitched into place, and then we wear a bag over it, and this is what collects poo. Not everybody that has had surgery has a stoma. It's possible to do surgery without creating one. They can also be either temporary or permanent. Mine is permanent, and I'll talk a little bit about that later on in the video. So I think I've tried to cover everything as quickly as possible before I can properly get stuck into the questions that have been asked and the topics that I want to discuss. I hope that clears things up. If not, do a bit of a Google search. There's so much online about these conditions and stomas and you name it, you'll be able to find it, no problem. So my first question, did I know that I was going to have a stoma? So I've had 3 stomas. My first one I had when I was 15, was temporary. I did know I was going to have that. I planned the surgery because I knew that it would be inevitable, and I wanted to make sure that I planned it so that I could get keyhole surgery. So keyhole surgery would mean that I didn't have a huge scar down my tummy, which at 15 was a big deal. And then while I had that, I had to have another stoma. So that was made in like a second surgery because I had ongoing problems. So I got rid of that after a year, when I was 16. The stoma that I have now, I've had since February 2015. So for nearly 5.5 years, or no, about 5.5 years. So this one was also my own decision because I had no quality of life. This one is permanent, so I will never be able to get rid of it. I've got what we call in the IBD community a Barbie bum, which means that my bum looks like a Barbie's bum. I don't have a bum hole, I just have a line because it's been stitched up. I don't think it looks weird. It looks different, but not in a weird way. So I can't do a poo, I can't fart, and I will never be able to ever again in my whole life. I have a stoma, and everything that comes out of my bum, that would come out of my bum, comes out of my stoma now into my bag. What are 3 positive things to come out of having a stoma? I have been able to get into education, so I've gone to university. I can go on holiday, I can go out to eat with friends, family, I can go to the gym. This is 4 things. I can eat pretty much whatever I want to eat. I never poo myself anymore. That used to be quite a big issue. A couple of people have asked me about dating with a stoma. It's fine, it's not a problem unless you're small-minded. Then it's the same as dating with any other kind of disability. I don't know if it's just me, but I just see it as the same as if I was dating somebody who had 1 leg or had 1 arm, or I don't know, needed to use a wheelchair when they went out. It's, I don't know, it just doesn't seem like an issue. It's just, to me, I don't know if this is just because I live with it, but to me, it just isn't anything, you know. I don't feel different to a normal person just because I have a bag stuck on my tummy. It just means that I can't go and do a poo, and if anything, that's a good thing because it means that I'm not going to fart in bed with you or anything, and isn't that nice? I think the only people who I've met who would have a problem with it are just narrow-minded and that isn't the kind of person that I would want in my life anyway. So if anything, they've done me a favour. So a nice quote that I like to live by is a Dr. Seuss quote. Those that mind don't matter, and those that matter don't mind. I think that's quite nice. What was my first reaction to seeing my stoma? So my permanent stoma, I woke up from my surgery. This is the stoma that I've got now, and I looked at it and it felt like it had never been gone. So I had like 4 years pretty much without it, between the ages of 16 and 20. And yeah, I looked at it and it felt like it had never been gone. But my temporary stoma that I had when I was 15, I wouldn't look at it, not for like a couple of days after my surgery. There was no way I was looking at it. And I made my mum empty my bag for me and change my bag for me. I just didn't want anything to do with it. But then after a little while, I kind of came round and like decided that I was going to take care of it myself. But you know, it's a big thing for anybody. But when I was like 15, it was an even bigger deal. How does my bag work? Okay, so I get asked this a lot. There are so many different types of bags. There are bags that come in 1 piece, there are bags that come in 2 pieces, there are bags that empty, there are bags that don't empty. So I'll just tell you about mine. Mine is a 2-piece bag and it empties. So I change it every other day, and then I empty it probably 8 times a day on average. 2-piece means that I have a part that sticks onto my tummy, and then the bag sticks onto that. So the base plate sticks onto my tummy, and then the bag sticks onto the base plate. And then at the bottom of the bag, it kind of like unfolds, and then I can empty it into the toilet, wipe it, and then like roll it back up. I can empty it because my poo is not like a normal person's poo. So it's like water. To put it bluntly, the thickest that it ever gets is like porridge. So it's never going to be thicker than porridge. It's physically impossible for that to happen because my large intestine or my colon I don't have anymore, and that is the part of your digestive system that takes the water out of your poo and makes it solid. And I don't have that. So it means that I'm prone to dehydration. It means that I have to drink a lot more than your average person, and it means that I don't absorb salts very well. So extra salt on all my food. But yeah, that's why I can empty it. So it's not like I'm emptying a like formed poo out of my bag. Just a couple more points that I want to add to this question that I get asked a lot. Can I feel my poo coming out? Sometimes. It depends what I've eaten. If it's something that I haven't chewed properly and it's like, I don't know, a chunk of pepper or something, then I might be able to feel that coming out. But generally, no, I have no idea when I'm pooing, so I could be doing it right now while I'm talking to you. The other thing is, do I have to like stop what I'm doing to be able to poo? I have no control over my stoma, so I can't decide when it happens. So this is annoying because I can start pooing while I'm changing my bag, which is not ideal because it means that it takes me forever sometimes, when usually it would just take 5 or 10 minutes. What advice would I give to somebody who is new to having a stoma? In regards to fashion, high-waisted, like literally pretty much my entire wardrobe, well, my trousers anyway, are high-waisted. Anything that is kind of like sits just on my hips is no good, because unless my bag is on the outside of my clothing, you can guarantee that I will have a leak. Dungarees, these are great. Dresses, with dresses, I realise that a lot of people aren't going to wear dresses. I'm just talking from my own experience. So, right, this is a thing. Chub rub shorts. If you have thick thighs, then you're going to know what I mean. I've got a pair of chub rub shorts and I wear them all the time underneath dresses. Not only because my thighs rub together, but because I can pull them over my tummy and they go over my bag and they just hold it flat to me. So that means that when I'm wearing a dress and I start walking, it isn't going to be visible. If my dress starts to, like, I don't know, if it clings to me a little bit. Also, don't worry if you have leaks, because they won't last forever. Even when I got my permanent stoma, you know, I'd had over a year's experience of having a stoma when I was younger. I got so many leaks, and it's just about finding which products work for you, because like I said, there are so many different types of bags and stuff, but it's just finding out what works for you, what suits your body shape, all that kind of stuff. So you will have leaks, it's, you know, it's kind of guaranteed, but they don't last forever. Is there anything that I can't do because I've got a stoma? No. Nothing, absolutely nothing. Well, nothing that I've found that I can't do anyway. I can go swimming, I can have a bath, I can have a shower. I really don't think there is anything. Like I said, I can go to the gym, I can go on holiday. I can do more now that I have it than I could before I had it. What were my first symptoms of having inflammatory bowel disease? So I was 14 in October 2008. I started going to the toilet with diarrhoea, and it got to the point where it was so bad I was going to the toilet and just losing blood. It was so severe for me that I was diagnosed within a month of my symptoms starting. Now, for some people, it can take like up to a couple of years or even longer to get diagnosed if it isn't particularly severe. But as soon as it's diagnosed, then treatment can start and symptoms can hopefully start to improve, or you can get surgery to get your little tummy tomato and have a stoma. What's the most frustrating thing that I have to deal with? Honestly, it's dealing with people who say that I don't look like I should have a stoma, or that say I don't look like I'm ill. You know, what does somebody with a stoma look like? This is what they look like. I've met a lot of people that have stomas, and I'd say 98% of them are under the age of 30. I often hear like people say, I'm not old enough to have one. I'm 26, so how old do I need to be? Will I ever be able to opt for a reversal? No, like I said, I've had my bum stitched up, so they can't unstitch it because that's all healed now, and to be honest, I don't think I'd want to go through that. But I'm happy with my stoma. So to be honest, I don't think I would want to opt for a reversal, even if I did have the option of doing. Yeah, and so I'm going to leave it there with the questions. I've tried to kind of fit in all the information that people have asked me. So I hope that I've covered everything. I'm sorry if I haven't answered something that you wanted to know. Perhaps leave it in the comments for me down below. and next time I do a video like this I'll try and remember to cover it then. Please feel free to drop into the comments also any topics that you would like me to cover to do with health. If you have a little look through all my other health videos, you'll see the endless array of health conditions that I've got. So if you want me to go over anything to do with any of those, then please feel free to just give me a bit of a nudge. Or if there's a specific topic that I've talked about today which I could make into a big video, then again let me know if that's something that you would like to see and what that topic might be. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up for me, share it for me, subscribe if you want to see more videos like this one. As always, thank you so much for watching and I will see you in my next video.